liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out.
But it's a class action lawsuit against all machines and that they're defective devices, okay? I have lawyers worked on this for 5 months.
They're coming all over the place. And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup for my family. They're so innocent. This is soup for my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people. Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
But the real problem is that our leaders are dumb. Dumb. So dumb.
I am not up to the job. And I mean that sincerely. It's not like, whoa. I gotta go. Let me respond. There's a lot to respond to here. Let's get something straight. You shouldn't be disappointed. What I've done so far is more than anybody else has done this far. Okay? Number one. Number two, I mean what I say when I say it. I mean what I say when I say it. I'm the only person.
What rules, you sons of bitches? Why attack Sanders? Why? You're getting nervous, man. Just calm down. It's okay.
I went in yesterday and there was a television screen and I said, this is genius.
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree.
Seriously, I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
users! Is this thing on? Is it on? Testing. Hello, users! And welcome to another show. I still got like this thing on my face. Check this out. This is like day 3. What is that? You see this? Like this, like, is that cancer? I don't know. Anyway, it's gonna be there for the rest of my life, and then like I've discovered it live on stream. We can always point back to the moment where I discovered this. Hello, users, and welcome to the show. We got a program here today. I think it's on. I don't know. And so we got some users here in the chat room. We got some users. So that's cool. I would like to first of all say that of course there's no cooking with the bitch this week. I'm working on some stuff. So I'm working on some stuff. But today I'm going to be doing a pretty long program. Theoretically a pretty long program. So at 12:30 instead of 1 o'clock, at 12:30 I will be playing some Doom. I'm going to do a full game demo attempt of this anomaly report WAD. The estimated time is about 3.5 hours, maybe 4 hours, it depends. Or I could die in the middle of it and rage quit, so it's very variable. It's very variable on the possible outcomes, but either way, tune in for that. That's going to be fun. Yeah, so about 3.5 hours, maybe. Right? I don't know. We'll see. But we got a show going on today. Some would call this program a programmatic experience, as it's been referred to as. A lot of people have actually told me, they've pulled me aside and said, instead of calling this a show, you should call it a programmatic experience. And so there you go. And so we're throwing that out there. Yeah, so we got a program going on. Try the YouTube auto link function. I don't know what that means. I need to get into gaming. Well, you should start by watching my stream at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time in approximately 2 hours and 22 minutes. 2 hours, 22 minutes. What do you got to do today? Nothing? Come on. We all know you got nothing to do. So, tune in. Check it out. All right, y'all. I'm going to start today's program. Oh, God. I need to take a break to eat. I need to eat food. I haven't eaten breakfast, so I'm not doing it immediately after. But even if I were, I don't even know what you're talking about. So, all right. We got a show going on. We're doing a show today. Doing a program. All right, y'all. A lot of people in my chat, because they have a low IQ, I've been saying there's no such thing as COVID. And by a lot of people, I mean specifically one person in the chat loves to say this. COVID doesn't exist. It's not real. Well, counterpoint, you're an idiot. And CNN released an article today called "The Worst Variant is Here." The worst variant, folks. Now, I tuned in to my stock portfolio yesterday, and it turned out that the Moderna stock was up like 15%. So I'm thinking to myself, is it finally happened? That's right, y'all. I invested in Moderna during the stock crashes. And so has it finally happened? Have people at large finally acknowledged the fact that the pandemic isn't over? Has it actually happened? Because, people have been getting sick. Hundreds of thousands of cases every week. And it's just gone largely unreported. Politicians haven't talked about it. News hasn't talked about it. I've seen almost nothing about it at all in any media, online, anywhere. Like, people just love to pretend it's not real. They love to pretend it doesn't exist. There's no evidence to support that. Like, again, but we live in a country where 81% of people believe in God, right? So if 81% of people are able to believe in God, there's no evidence for it. In fact, there's evidence against God, right? So 81% of people are allowed to believe in God. That's going to lead to some really bizarre stuff when it comes to coronavirus. People are just going to go like, oh, I know all the facts say that it's still here and it's worse than ever. Wastewater processing, worse than ever. Transmission rates, worse than ever. But I'm just going to have faith. I have faith because I believe in God. I have faith that I won't get sick. Well, guess what, motherfucker? You're an idiot. You have a low IQ. I suggest, well, honestly, in my opinion, if you, for whatever reason, think COVID isn't real, I suggest an insane asylum. You should be removed from society. That's my opinion. But anyway, I want to read this article here and then extrapolate off of it. Nearly 2.5 years since the coronavirus pandemic began, the most infectious and transmissible variant yet has arrived. Repeated COVID-19 waves have left millions of people dead, with only vaccines helping to blunt the toll. Now the virus is spreading again, evolving, escaping immunity, and driving an uptick in cases and hospitalizations. The latest version of its shape-shifting, BA.5, is a clear sign that the pandemic is far from over. So the key phrase here that I think is ridiculous is now. The virus has been doing this. It hasn't stopped. Like the Omicron variant surge went down to a level that's still unacceptable. Hundreds of people dying every day, thousands of people getting sick every day. The only thing that changed was in April, the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control, basically just switched around and changed up how they deliver information. What used to be a high transmission rate is now a low transmission rate. They just changed the numbers. They changed what numbers are what. So, you get fucking, the formula or whatever. They made it so that high, during the Omicron surge, right, whatever would be high transmission rate, red on the map, is now low, right? That combined with the fact that they stopped tracking positive cases. Also, at-home tests are so much more popularized. People don't report. They don't log in and register that they've gotten sick. Like, as soon as people get a positive test result, they're like, oh, fuck, and they drink a gallon of water, right? So, again, the virus hasn't gone away. It's been this bad for months. It's just that the government has covered it up. They've suppressed this information. They've covered it up. That's what we're dealing with here. Joe Biden is the president during a mass genocidal rampage of the government and a cover-up of one of the biggest problems this government has ever done. Joe Biden declared victory from COVID in March during the State of the Union address. I don't know if you remember that. He declared victory and then issued guidances to the CDC to basically modify the maps and the rates and all this stuff to basically make it look like everything was fixed. Airlines basically said, yeah, fly on the airplane without masks anymore, right? We're all just pretending. Again, this is a country where 81% of Americans believe in God. They are susceptible to magical thinking, lack of evidence, and faith-based thinking. It's like, again, if I let go of this seltzer can, right, is it going to float in midair? Well, if I'm 81% of Americans, I think yeah, why not? It might float in midair. There was a poll done a couple months ago where it said only 18% of Americans thought that COVID was a big deal. This is a couple months ago, right? So yesterday, I looked at my stock portfolio and I saw Moderna was up. So I was thinking to myself, is it time, finally? Are we here? Has reality caught up with enough people to actually have this conversation again? The answer is probably not, but let's take advantage of this moment anyway. Once again, I'm going to read this. The newest offshoot of Omicron, along with a closely related variant BA.4, are fueling a global surge in cases 30% over the past fortnight. That's 2 weeks, according to the World Health Organization. Why aren't they calling it a new name? Why is it Omicron BA.4 or BA.5? The answer to that was a leaked conversation from people involved in the WHO. They don't want to name it something new because that would cause panic. So what they did is they named it some stupid term, right? Like a precautionary term that's used to like develop and track new variants. Even though BA.4 became the dominant variant months ago, BA.5 is now the dominant variant, and they're not giving it a new name. Literally, the reason, they don't want to cause panic. Again, these people don't care about us. These organizations, these institutions, this government, they don't give a fuck about us. They don't care at all. At all. No care in the world. In Europe, there's a car outside the fucking... In Europe, the Omicron subvariants are powering a spike in cases of about 25%, though Dr. Michael Ryan, the executive director of WHO's Health Emergencies Program, has said that the number may actually be higher, given the almost collapse in testing. Again, we have learned nothing as a society. We have learned nothing as a society. You'd think, oh, do we have mask stockpiles? No. Do we have universal testing that's free and affordable? No. Do we have treatment for people that get infected with the virus? No, that stopped a long time ago. Do we have literally anything? No. In fact, masks are being gouged in pricing. If you go online and try to buy like a box of N95s, you're going to get fucked compared to if you tried to buy them 3 months ago. So, we're fucked. We have learned nothing. As a society, the government has learned nothing. Individuals have learned nothing. People want to go back to this mythologized normal. There is no normal. Oh, I want to go back to normal. I'm not going to be afraid. What? What is that? There is no normal? Whatever normal you perceived doesn't exist. It will not exist ever again. It's a feedback loop. It's self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like flipping, it's like taking the lid off of a bottle, flipping it upside down, and then being surprised that the water comes out of the bottle. You took the fucking lid off, you stupid motherfucker. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? BA5 is on the march in China, ratcheting anxieties that major cities there may soon reinforce strict lockdown measures that were only recently lifted, and the same variant has become the dominant strain in the United States, where it accounted for 65% of new infections last week. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which, by the way, I wouldn't... Anything that they're saying is suspect. We have been watching this virus evolve rapidly. We have been planning and preparing for this moment. No one has. That's wrong. That's a lie. And the message that I want to get across to the American people is this. BA5 is something we're closely monitoring. That's a lie. And most importantly, we know how to manage it. That's also a lie, said Dr. Ashish Jha, the White House COVID-19 response coordinator, in a news briefing on Tuesday. They're lying. 1, they don't know how to manage it. If they knew how to manage it, every American would have personally... They're not just family, not just household, personally, they would have 100 N95 masks in their closet. Every American, if we knew how to manage it. That's not true. We don't. They're lying. They're not monitoring it. If they were monitoring it, it wouldn't have gotten to this point anyway, where there's hundreds of thousands of new infections every week. So they're lying. They're just lying. Again, I want you to understand, the government is lying. If this was Donald Trump telling you this stuff, do you think the media would just print all these lies? Oh, Donald Trump says he's monitoring the situation. Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, okay. Joe Biden is lying. He's lying. The White House communications director for COVID-19, lying. They're all lying. They're lying to us. They think we're stupid. And guess what? You know what's interesting about this? Americans are stupid. Americans are fucking dumb. Again, 81% of Americans believe in God. They're susceptible to magical thinking. And now again, you might be wondering, oh, why do you keep bringing up God? Why do you keep doing this? You're so edgy. Yeah, I am fucking edgy. Because when 81% of Americans are okay with and are able to believe things that are contrary to all facts and all evidence, that's what leads to situations like this pandemic where people just think it's over. That's what leads to these situations. Oh, it's over. There's no evidence for that. In fact, all the evidence points in the opposite direction. But I have an instinct. I have a feeling. My stupid fucking monkey lizard brain thinks that it might be over. So therefore, it's over. Again, faith. Faith is bullshit. Anyone that is able to have faith in things that are directly against every fact, it's like if I have faith. 2 + 2, one of these days it's going to equal 23. I have faith. Huh? Your faith is fucking bullshit. Your faith is fucking bullshit. And you're an idiot, and you're going to get people killed. So the answer to this question is, again, the Biden White House knows that you're a fucking moron. They're banking on the fact that you're a fucking moron. They know you're a moron. They know your family's a bunch of fucking stupid motherfuckers. They know everyone that lives in your city is a bunch of stupid motherfuckers. They know that everyone in this country, in a country where 81% of Americans can believe in things that are just completely made up, there's no evidence whatsoever. In fact, all the facts point in the opposite direction. You can basically convince these stupid fucking idiot Americans about anything. You can convince them of anything. In a country where 95% of Americans don't eat vegetables, you can convince Americans to do literally fucking anything. This is the dumbest fucking population ever to exist in all of human history. Stupid motherfuckers. Stupid motherfuckers. On the same day, WHO's emergency committee said COVID-19 remained a public health emergency of international concern. Oh, really? Its highest level of alert, first declared on January 20, 2020. Amid rising cases, ongoing viral mutation, and increasing pressure on already overstretched health systems, in a statement, the committee... Now, again, if we learned anything, if we knew how to manage it, if we knew how to prepare, like the White House is saying, wouldn't we have given everyone emergency, like, Medicare? Wouldn't we have doubled our hospital infrastructures? Instead, we're losing staff tremendously. People are quitting, right? Instead, hospitals are being shut down. Like, health insurance companies are trying to, like, milk as many profits as they can, right? If we knew how to manage it, like the stupid dumb fuck motherfuck liar-in-chief is trying to tell us, wouldn't we have, have field hospitals? Wouldn't we have contact tracing? Wouldn't we have mandatory masking if we knew how to manage it? Stupid motherfuckers. Stupid motherfuckers. Dumb shit for brains. Moron. Stupid motherfuckers. Stupid motherfuckers. Stupid shit for brains. Fuckface motherfuckers. I can't even explain to you how dumb the average American is. So fucking mind-numbingly stupid. I need you to understand this. You will not. Again, the idea that the average American could wake up one day and stop being such a stupid motherfucker, again, that's in the same line of believing in God. There is no evidence at all that Americans one of these days are going to wake up and have a proletariat revolution of the mind and overthrow the corporate oligarch. That's not going to happen. That's called believing in magical bullshit. You might as well believe in God. You might as well believe in fucking the flying spaghetti monster, motherfucker. You're an idiot. Americans are fucking stupid. Do not have faith in your fellow American. They're going to kill you. They are going to fucking kill you. The idea that your neighbor is worth respecting, that's made up. Your neighbor's a fucking moron. And I'm not trying to be a weirdo here. I'm not trying to be like an antisocial freak. Sometimes your neighbor's pretty cool. Sometimes you can have a good community. It's worth trying for when you can. But let's be honest. Having this fucking baseless, lack of evidence belief that the average American one of these days is gonna read a fucking book and stop being so fucking stupid, I'm sorry, it's as ridiculous as believing in God. Americans are fucking stupid. They are hopeless. They are scumbag, dumb fuck motherfucks. I'm gonna turn my air conditioner on. I'm getting sweaty. Americans are fucking stupid. Let's keep going. In a statement, the committee, which is made up of independent experts, highlighted challenges to the ongoing global COVID-19 response, including a drop-off in testing and spotty genome sequencing, raising the question of just how accurately any nation might reasonably be able to monitor BA5. The White House, we're monitoring BA5 very closely. The WHO, yeah, that's probably not even possible. Huh, who do you believe? Personally, I'm skeptical of both of these organizations. They've shown themselves to be fuckers many times over the course of this pandemic. But you know what? I'm going to trust the World Health Organization over the United States government. I'm just going to say, I'm going to pick the lesser of two evils here and say if the WHO is suggesting that you might not be able to even monitor this stuff and the White House is ensuring that we are closely monitoring, you know what? I'm going to say fuck the White House. The White House, I know, are a bunch of scumbag motherfuckers. So I'm going to go with the WHO on this one. Official data dramatically undercount the true number of infections in the U.S., epidemiologists say, leaving the nation with a critical blind spot as the most transmissible coronavirus variant yet takes hold. Some experts think there could be as many as 1 million new infections every day in the broader U.S. population, 10 times higher than the official count. I have a question. If anyone in the chat has gotten COVID and taken a test, at-home test, did you go online or go to a nearby clinic and report your positive test? I have a question. I guarantee, maybe some people did, but I guarantee the answer is close to 100% no. I just fucking stayed home and drank a gallon of water immediately. I'm just saying. Now think, if you're watching my show, chances are you've got an IQ in, like, I don't know, the top 10 or maybe top 5 percentile. So imagine your shit fuck, redneck, stupid fuck neighbor even taking an at-home test, let alone going online to report their positive case. Really? You think so? Doubt. As for how to manage the new wave, Jha urged Americans aged 50 and older to get a second booster shot. Adults who are up to date with vaccinations are less likely to be hospitalized than those who are unvaccinated, but only about 1 in 4 adults in the U.S. over 50 have gotten their recommended second boosters. Huh. So again, the White House, simultaneously, only 25% of seniors have gotten their boosters. But we're managing it. We're managing it. We know what to do. We're managing it. Wouldn't the ideal time to get a booster shot be in between spikes and waves? Why wait until the wave is already here to get your booster shot that takes 2 weeks to take full effectiveness and efficiency? Wouldn't, if you knew how to manage things, stupid motherfucker in chief, wouldn't you want to get people these booster shots before there were 1 million cases every day? Jesus fucking Christ. Dumb motherfuckers. Dumb motherfuckers. U.S. health officials are urgently working on a plan to allow second COVID booster shots for all adults, a senior White House official confirmed to CNN on Monday, amid fears that younger adults' immunity may be waning as COVID-19 cases rise with the dominance of BA.5. Huh. Wouldn't the ideal time for stupid young kids like me to get the fucking second booster, wouldn't that have been a month ago? Before this moment in time? Huh? Wouldn't it have been? How the fuck? If I got my booster shot today, I'd be fucked. But if they're gonna say, oh, they're working on it and maybe you'll get it by September. What? 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 Is this a joke? Again, only in a country where 81% of Americans believe in God is this stupid fucking shit even possible to report to the news. How Omicron spreads. The Omicron variant of the coronavirus has mutations that change the spike protein on the surface of the virus. These mutations could allow Omicron and subvariants of Omicron to evade the body's immune response, making vaccines less effective. Some pharmaceutical companies are working on an Omicron-specific vaccination. But, what if, hear me out, what if we did the same thing we did last time, remember Operation Warp Speed? What if we did that again to get a new Omicron-specific vaccine right now, right? What if we put billions and billions of dollars in developing a new vaccine that's more effective against this particular variant strains right now? Instead, at this rate, we might have an Omicron vaccine by, like, I don't know, Q1 or Q2 next year. When there's another dominant strain, when there's BA.27, because they stopped naming them because they don't want to cause panic. I want to talk about how everyone's got, again, their own personal faith. You know how you ask every Christian, how do you feel about God? Everyone's got, oh, I've got my own personal relationship with God. No, you don't. You're a fucking undiagnosed fucking schizophrenic. That's it. You're an idiot. On top of that, at least people that have schizophrenia know that they're ill, right? They know that, you know, certain things aren't real and they're hallucinations, and they're able to combat that effectively. These God people, they don't even know. They're just walking around with the whims of these voices in their heads. They're fucking morons. But in the same way, not to disparage people with schizophrenia, but in the same way that everyone has their own personal relationship with God, Everyone's got their own subset of fan fiction that they tell themselves about COVID and vaccines. Like, we got a dumb, I'm sorry, Donald James in the chat, but we got a dumb motherfucker in the chat room who's like, I'm double vaxxed and boosted. I shouldn't be afraid, even with a new variant. Again, the smarter you are in some instances, the better you're able to rationalize your own personal faith-based, lack of evidence-based fan fictions. Like, people tell themselves, I read a news article in June of 2020, and I haven't updated my news sources since. I made my worldview then. Information has changed dramatically, but I'm not going to update my own brain, the way that I view this thing. I'm just going to pretend like everything's the same. Again, everyone's got their own personal fucking fan fiction, the story that they tell themselves, just like these God people have their own personal relationship with God. It's that simple. It's that simple. Let's keep going. What makes BA5 different? Eric Topol, a cardiologist and professor for the molecular medicine and Scripps research, has called BA5 the worst version of the virus we've seen. He explained in a recent newsletter it takes immune escape already extensive to the next level and, as a function of that, enhanced transmissibility well beyond earlier versions of Omicron. In other words, BA5 can easily evade immunity from previous infections and vaccines, increasing the risk of reinfection. A lot of people, if you ask someone some stupid shit for brains, doo-doo, fuckface, motherfuck American, I got COVID 2 months ago, I'm immune. You might hear that. Why? Because Americans are fucking stupid. Americans are stupid motherfuckers. Americans are fucking goddamn morons. They read a news article in April 2020 and they think that that's, I read somewhere in the news that goddamn woo, and then they don't think that things update. They don't think that science changes. What? There's no such thing as natural immunity. First of all, I'm skeptical if that was ever such a thing as natural immunity. But now, it's very easily and certain and evidence-based to say, yeah, natural immunity, by the way, doesn't fucking exist. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You might as well be eating fucking 6 pounds of fucking cheeseburgers every day and saying, this is healthy for me. You're a fucking moron. You're a stupid motherfucker. You're a stupid shit for brains cocksucker dork. Anyway, I can keep reading, but I think I've said everything I need to say. Americans are fucking dumb. Americans are fucking dumb. They're stupid motherfuckers, stupid motherfuckers, stupid motherfuckers. They're dumb as fuck. They're dumb as fuck. They're dumb. They're dumb. You're dumb. I'm dumb. Americans are fucking stupid. I need you to understand. I need you to understand. This isn't a joke. This isn't like, oh, the stupid. Americans are the dumbest group of people that have ever existed in human history. I want to lay this out here. Look at the delta between the available information from scientists, medical professionals, right? The available information compared to what the average person has access to, or not access to, because they have access to all this information, but compared to what the average person believes. 100 years ago, that delta was pretty small. Scientists, right, medical professionals, right, they had a lot of great breakthroughs, right, in the 1920s, but guess what, right? People, when there was a new scientific breakthrough and they gained access to it, that's another big problem 100 years ago, was lack of access. Now we have the internet. So I want everyone to keep in mind, the delta between the available, you can just look it up any minute of your life, information that would save all of our lives, versus what the average person thinks in this country is the largest it's ever been in all of human history. That means, again, can you really blame people 700 years ago for not knowing about soap? I mean, let's be honest, right? Like, they didn't have that collective information. But can you blame people 700 hours ago for not knowing about soap? Yeah, guess what? I'm fine to say, if you don't know about soap and you're walking around in the US of A, you're a fucking moron. You're a goddamn idiot. So I want everyone to understand, we are in the largest information gap between what's available and what the average person understands ever in human history ever. Americans are dumber than ever. And then ever. I want you to understand this. Grasp this in your brain. Firmly grasp it. Stop reaching out like this and just fucking grab that motherfucker in your brain. Let it crystallize. The dumbest motherfuckers in all of human history are alive right now. So anyway, wear a mask. Anyway, once again, I want to remind everyone that I'm going to be doing a Doom stream at 12:30. And it's going to be a full game maximum run. Estimated time 3.5 hours. We'll see how long it takes in reality, or if I die at, like, you know, who knows where. But tune in. Probably at least 2 hours of stream. It's going to be great. So, check that out. Cooking with the Bitch is on hiatus. I'm developing the 3rd season of Cooking with the Bitch. As of right now, it's being developed. So, how's the WAD? It's good. Anyway, we got some stupid motherfuckers in this country. I think I'm drinking too much coffee. Coffee? Holy shit, I'm losing it. Can you send suggestions? Yeah, I guess. Alright. Let's get to a fun story. Let's get a little bit of a palate cleanser. Trump says he could have made Musk drop to his knees. The petty feud between the former president and the world's richest man, Vladimir Putin? Mohammed bin Salman? I thought this article was about Elon Musk. Again, I want to remind everyone, Elon Musk is not the world's richest man. That is a lie. Anyone that peddles that fan fiction is doing Elon Musk free propaganda. Free PR, free propaganda. I'm just being honest with you. So if you think in your brain Elon Musk is the richest person in the world, you're wrong, you're dumb, and Elon Musk thanks you. So anyway, reached a new low point on Tuesday, a day after Musk said Trump is too old for a second presidential term. So before I get into this article, I want to play this clip.
Another one of our highest priorities under a Republican Congress will be to stop left-wing censorship and to restore free speech in America. And go out, by the way, while I'm here and sign up now for Truth Social. It's hot as a pistol, and you see that. I pulled that one right. Leon's, I tell you what, Elon.
Leon's, I tell you what.
That one right. Leon's, I tell you what. Elon is not going to buy Twitter. Where did you hear that before? From me. From a fake account. She says fake. A lot of them. Nah, he's got himself a mess. You know, he said the other day, oh, I've never voted for a Republican. I said, I didn't know that. He told me he voted for me. So he's another bullshit artist, but he's not going to be buying it. He's not going to be buying it. Although he might later. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? He's got a pretty rotten contract. I looked at his contract. Not a good contract.
So, I want to play that. That's kind of what started this whole saga. Elon, I love that Elon said he's never voted for a Republican before. That's news to me. Oh, Leon's, I tell you what. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right. The war of words between former President Donald Trump and Elon Musk is intensifying and getting weirder. On Tuesday evening, Trump responded to a series of tweets that Tesla CEO had sent Monday, encouraging Trump to end his political career. I think I've got here. All right. When Elon Musk came to the White House asking me for help on all his many subsidized projects, once again, the only reason Elon Musk has money is because of government handouts and subsidies. That's it. He didn't earn his own money. He abused the free handouts from the government that are only available to people that hit a certain dollar threshold. That's it. He didn't earn anything. He's not a self-made man. That's propaganda. Whether it's electric cars that don't drive long enough, driverless cars that crash, or rocket ships to nowhere. Motherfucker. Rocket ships to nowhere. That's an album name. I'm gonna release an album called The Rocket Ship to Nowhere. That shit is funny. Alright, I'm gonna read this again, okay. Whether it's electric cars that don't drive long enough, driverless cars that crash, or rocket ships to nowhere. Where are they going? Nowhere. Oh. Without which subsidies, he'd be worthless. And telling me how he was a big Trump fan and a Republican, I could have said, drop to your knees and beg, and he would have done it. And then posted with a picture of Trump in the Oval with Elon Musk standing right next to him. Oh. I'm gonna be honest. This is the kind of shit we need in our lives to make, like, living in this hell world worth living in. The battle of, like, the rich, dumb, self-entitled, like, douchebags. It's so good. It's so good. So then Elon Musk responds with LMAO, and then this. So that's great. So let's get back here. So Elon at some point said, I don't hate the man, but it's time for Trump to hang up his hat and sail into the sunset. Musk had declared on Twitter, Dems should also call off the attack. Don't make it so that Trump's only way to survive is to regain the presidency. So Elon Musk is like, law? Order? I have a question. If I committed a crime against Elon Musk, let's say I fucking spray painted his home, right? Would he say the same thing? Oh, you know, I don't want to pursue charges. What if Andrea runs for president? Just drop the charges. Otherwise, you know, she might run for... What? What kind of argument is that? The motherfucker broke the law. He should be held accountable. It's that simple. It's that fucking simple. I don't know what to tell you. No surprise that the former president didn't take well to the slight. For his part, he took to the right-wing social media network Truth Social and assailed Musk, recalling one of the many times the Tesla CEO visited the White House during this administration. And I read that. For good measure, the ex-president appeared to reveal in Tuesday's other Musk news, Twitter is suing the moon-loving billionaire, alleging that he broke a contract to purchase the company. Now Elon should focus on getting himself out of the Twitter mess because he could owe $44 billion for something that's perhaps worthless. Also, lots of competition for electric cars. Donald Trump, like, not only is his contract stupid, but there's more electric cars. So his fallback plan. Oh. Responding to the Trump jabs, Musk wrote on Twitter late Tuesday night, LMAO, while further tweeting out a Simpsons gif in reference to the old man yells at clouds meme. Musk did not immediately return the Daily Beast request for comment on Tuesday night. Throughout the day, Trump has also attacked the House Jan 6 committee, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, let's brighten up our moods today with some really good news. This shit's fucking funny. This shit is fucking funny. So, let them fight. Let me continue to make content off of it and profit off of it. I'm in. I'm down for the scraps that are falling down from this. That's great. But anyway, I suggest send these motherfuckers to jail. Get rid of them. Maybe then society will be a little bit less stupid. The Holly clip, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Whew. God damn. I'm just like soaking in this air conditioner. Incredible. God damn, I'm fucking hungry. Relon, settle down. I'll talk about Bannon later. I haven't seen it yet, so. Does anyone remember when like air conditioners and refrigerators almost destroyed the ozone layer? Does anyone remember that? That's a cool story. All right. I still gotta look into the Uvalde thing. There's like a lot of information that came out yesterday, and I did not look into it too much. But I saw like, you know, they were just like chilling like on cell phones. Like, I read that, like, they edited out the children screaming of the video or something. Why? Like, why would they do positive propaganda for police? Like, it's just, why would you do that? I don't know. I just have it on the lowest setting, Mila. I figured out how to use the settings. All right. So let's talk about this. This is fun. A pro-Bernie Sanders group launches campaign urging Biden not to run for re-election. A progressive grassroots organization that supported Senator Bernie Sanders' 2016 and 20 White House bids, announced on Monday that it will launch a campaign to oppose President Biden's re-election in 2024. Roots Action wrote in a press release that Biden has been neither bold nor inspiring since taking office early last year. And because his prospects for winning re-election appear to be bleak, it will launch the hashtag Don't Run Joe campaign on November 9, one day after the midterm elections. I just want to say, I'm in. So let's go to their website. This is don'trunjoe.org. No apostrophe. Announcing a national campaign. In 2024, the United States will face the dual imperatives of preventing a Republican takeover of the White House and advancing a truly progressive agenda. The stakes could not be higher. The threat of a neo-fascist GOP has become all too obvious. Bold and inspiring leadership from the Oval Office will be essential. Unfortunately, President Biden has been neither bold nor inspiring, and his prospects for winning re-election appear to be bleak. With so much at stake, making him the Democratic Party's standard bearer in 2024 would be a tragic mistake. I agree. Personally, I agree. The hashtag Don't Run Joe campaign will launch nationwide on November 9, 2022, the day after the midterm elections. Until then, maximum efforts should be expended to defeat Republicans in congressional and state races across the country. The shortcomings of the Biden administration should neither be denied nor used as an excuse to sit out of the 2022 midterm election battles. Moderate policies have failed to truly address such pressing concerns as the climate emergency, voting rights, student debt, healthcare, corporate price gouging, and bloated military spending in tandem with anemic diplomacy. Meanwhile, no Republican candidate on the horizon is worthy of being elected to any of the 435 House seats or the 35 Senate seats up for grabs this year. Biden triumphed over Donald Trump in 2020 with vital help from extraordinary grassroots efforts in swing states by progressive organization, including Roots Action. A president is not his party's king, and he has no automatic right to renomination. Joe Biden should not seek it. If he does, he will have a fight on his hands. I am in. This is what I've been begging for. Anybody but Biden. Anybody but Biden. Now, I want to also say that this is an important line that this press release is pushing. Now, I don't know, announcing that you're going to, maybe my only criticism is I don't know why they announced this now if they're not going to do anything until November 9th. I don't know, maybe you should have announced it on November 9th. I don't know, but that's a mild, I don't really care about it. But I think it's important to point out, right, that the GOP is, again, a neo-fascist party, and they're garbage, and they must be defeated at all costs, right? So a lot of liberals love to say that, there's a certain type of leftist that does exist. It is real, right? Let's be honest. There is a certain type of leftist that's I don't want to vote. Typically, they're white men, let's be honest, right? There's a certain type of leftist that says, the GOP and the Dems, they're the same. Right? Dumb motherfuckers, right? And then also, we have to understand, the GOP and the Democrats together, they don't like an intelligent electorate that votes en masse. They like to have a very narrow playing field of only 40% of eligible voters. They love that. They love competing for scraps because a lot of people just don't vote. Right? So again, it's very important that they, go away from that they specifically point out that they are not these weird forced to vote type people, right? Those people are fucking morons. We can throw them in the garbage can. But anyway, I think this is a great thing. I would support this. So just throwing that out there. So let's go back to this Hill article. Oh, by the way, do not buy anything on Amazon for Amazon Prime Day. It's a bad deal. Since taking office last year, Biden has struggled with a cascading series of crises, from supply chain disruptions and high inflation to a chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan and the Supreme Court overturning the nearly 50-year-old constitutional right to abortion. The Biden administration has been criticized, especially by a more progressive wing of the Democratic Party, for failing to address the crises with strong action. In a recent poll this week, 94% of voters in the Democratic Party under 30 years old don't want Biden to run again. 94% of people under the age of 30 that are in the Democratic Party say to Joe Biden to fuck off. That's insane. Have you ever seen any poll that high among any demographic? That's insane. That's insane. The president has also not heeded progressive calls on student loan debt and failed to pass a comprehensive federal voting rights bill into law, while a social spending and climate change package has stalled in Congress. Not to mention that he campaigned on legalizing or decriminalizing marijuana, which he can do without Congress, and he hasn't done it. He campaigned on it. Again, even in the worst way possible, right? He would send Kamala Harris to predominantly black communities to tell people, yeah, we're going to legalize weed. We'll decriminalize it. And then as soon as they get in office, isn't that insane? That's crazy shit. Poll after poll has shown Biden's job approval ratings remain at abysmally low levels ahead of the midterms. Around 71% of Americans do not want Biden to run for re-election. On Monday, a New York Times Siena College poll showed 64% of Democrats would prefer a Democratic candidate other than Biden in 2024. More than two-thirds of respondents in the poll cited age. Biden is 79 in job performance, while about 10% said he was not progressive enough. 64% of Democrats tell him to go fuck himself. Popular liberals who have sought the White House, such as Sanders and Senator Elizabeth Warren, have said they will not run against Biden if he chooses to seek re-election. That is a mistake. That is a mistake. The ship is sinking. Either get on the lifeboat or don't. Those are the options. So, anyway, that's cool. I endorse it. I'm in. By the way, Polar Seltzer, Ginger Lime Mule. This fucking flavor is probably my favorite Polar flavor right now. Never heard of it before. I never seen it anywhere in the grocery store. There was one 12-pack last time I went, and wow, I'm impressed. So just throwing that out there. Not an endorsement. You need to lower your expectations. Quit believing a Democratic president is capable of doing anything. I don't. But thank you for that. New Jesse Lee Peterson story? I don't know. Mario, I got a 3-hour Doom stream coming up at 12:30. So you're going to be able to have a lot of opportunity to talk about Reagan and Nixon and Nigel Farage. So just throwing that out there. So get your statements ready. Found it at the Kroger. All right, folks. So Joe Biden is garbage. We all know that. Nobody wants Joe Biden to run for president. We all know that. Except for one person. There's one person out there that apparently does not know that nobody wants Joe Biden to run for president in the Democratic Party. And that is, of course, Joe Biden. Biden fires back at 2024 doubts. Democrats want me to run? Now, again, recent polls have said that 64%. That is almost a supermajority. 64% of Democrats want Biden to step aside. 94% of Democrats under age 30, the future of the Democratic Party, don't want Biden to run again. Biden, well, why acknowledge reality when you can lie? Again, I'm curious. I don't know. I know that people made a big deal of tracking all of Trump's lies when he was in office. There's like, what, 30,000 lies or something? Is there anyone tracking Biden's lies? This is a lie. Democrats do not want him to run again. This is a lie. He's just lying. He's lying to people. So we got a clip here. Let's play this clip.
What's your message to Democrats?
Let me raise the volume a little bit.
Who don't want you to run again?
They want me to run.
2/3 say they
Read
don't.
the polls. Read the polls, Jack. You guys are all the same. That poll showed that 92% of Democrats, if I ran, would vote for me.
A majority of Democrats say they don't want you to run again in 2024.
92% said if I did, they'd vote for me.
This is a lie. He's just lying. There is no, way to spin this. He's just lying. This is a lie. Now, again, the number he is citing is that 92% of Democrats in a general election, if Biden won the primary, would vote for him against Donald Trump or another Republican. Which, no shit. No shit. No fucking shit. But also, that's low. Wouldn't you want 100% of Democrats to vote for you in a general election? In a general election, 8% of Democrats are like, I'm going to vote for the Republican. What? Read the polls, Jack. Read the polls. He's lying. He's lying. This is a lie. There is no, oh, he just misread. He is lying. He's lying. He's lying. He's a liar. He's a liar. Where are the presidential, lie counters for Joe Biden? Let's watch this again.
Mr. President, what's your message to Democrats who don't want you to run again?
They want me to run.
2/3 say they
Read
don't.
the polls. Read the polls, Jack. You guys
Read the polls, Jack.
are all the same. That poll showed that.
Also, what is you guys are all the same? What? What does that mean? Is he attacking the media like Donald Trump did? Is he attacking the media? Read the polls, Jack!
You guys are all the same. 2/3 say they polls. Read the polls, Jack. Read the polls, Jack. Read the polls, Jack. Read the polls, Jack.
Jesus Christ. President Biden insisted Tuesday that Democrats want him to run for re-election, firing back at doubters after a poll showed a majority of primary voters wanted someone else at the top of the ticket in 24. They want me to run, Biden said Tuesday evening when asked by a reporter toward the end of a White House congressional picnic for his message to Democrats who don't want him to run for re-election. So instead of trying to say, oh shit, 64% don't want me to run, well, here's why I would be a good candidate. I'm already the president. I can use the bully pulpit and incumbent advantage to my favor, right? You know, I am going to, you know, whatever. He can list out anything that he's going to do that would make people reassured in his candidacy. Instead, he just lies. He just lies. Oh, you don't want me to run? You're skeptical of my job performance? Well, guess what? I read that poll, and that's why I'm announcing today, marijuana decriminalized federally right now. Just announced it. Instead, he's just lying. No. He's denying reality. Again, this is the result of a country where 81% of people believe in God. The president is literally just lying, saying things where all 100% of the evidence is in the exact opposite direction, and he's just saying it anyway, and people are gonna buy it. It's fucking insane. Read the polls, Jack, Biden continued. You guys are all the same. The Hill just didn't get the Jack part, which is the most important part. Biden was citing a statistic in the New York Times Siena College poll that showed 92% of Democrats would vote for him in the 2024 presidential election were held today, and the choices were Biden and Trump. What Biden did not address, however, was the poll released Monday also showed that 64% of Democratic primary voters said they would prefer the party nominate someone other than Biden in 24, while 26% said that Biden should be the next Democratic presidential nominee. 26%. Jesus fuck. The result was even more lopsided among young voters, with 94% of Democratic voters ages 18 to 29 saying that someone other than Biden should run for the 2024 nominee. He's just lying. He's lying. He read the poll. He knows the numbers. He's just going to take one statistic and lie about it. It's that simple. It's that fucking simple. He's a piece of fucking shit. Again, how many lies has Joe Biden told in office? Can I find this? I found this thing on PolitiFact that said apparently the last lie that Joe Biden told was June 2nd, 2022. Well, they need to update their numbers. He's a fucking piece of dog shit. Fuck Joe Biden. Alright, y'all. That's the news portion of today's program. Let's get into the movie review portion of the program, folks. Do y'all like movie films? Do y'all like movie films? Go brush my tongue. It's all the coffee. Be nice to me. Thought this was a long stream? I don't know why you thought that. When am I going to update my WikiFeet profile? Never. I've never touched it. I don't even know how to use the website. So, I can't update it. I don't know how to update it. As far as I understand, there's just fan submissions. So... don't know what to tell you. Yeah, that's right. I agree with Sparky. We got some funny people in the comments. Some really funny motherfuckers. Some hilarious fucking motherfuckers. We got some real fucking class clowns up in this bitch. Some class fucking clowns. Folks, if you want to shit talk in my chat room for 3.5 hours, estimated time, then tune into my Doom stream live in 83 minutes, 12:30 p.m. You can talk about whatever you want. You can talk about the upcoming Chainsaw Man anime adaptation. You can talk about WikiFeet. You can talk about my brown tongue. You can talk about, I don't know, Ronald Reagan. Where's Mario? Check it out, folks. Hit me up! Ah! Eee! Check it out. Well, let's talk about nuclear winter that New York City is sending out about how to acclimate to. Let's talk about that in the Doom stream. So now we're going to enter the movie review portion of the program. Watch some movie films. You know about movie films? Some filmographic movies? Really? There's new horror movies coming out? Someone keep me posted. I want to watch a bunch of new horror films this October. I've got like a bunch of oldies on my list, but I want to get some new ones. Like some like new releases to watch. So if you want to construct a list, Lindsay, feel free to hit me up with it. Alright. Let's get some movie films. So the other day, I did copious amounts of marijuana products and watched a film for the first time. People may be familiar with it, I'm not sure. Snakes on a Plane. I watched this movie while extremely high, which in my opinion, having watched this movie while high, I can assure you that if you watch this movie while sober, you might be a very confused individual. Now, I was still very confused while watching this movie, but it was incredibly funny. Now, I don't know if this movie is supposed to be funny. I'm not sure if that's the point. My understanding of this film is that it knows it's ridiculous. It plays it seriously, but it knows it's ridiculous, and it has fun with it. So, Snakes on a Plane. So they're on a plane. The movie starts out, right? The movie starts out like someone witnesses like their dad getting assassinated by a gang or some shit. And then they're like on a plane to go testify in another state for some reason. I don't know why. And then the gang, in an attempt to kill the witness, the kid who saw that the gang killed his dad, they put snakes on the motherfucking plane. God damn. I mean, this movie is hilarious. It really is. Like, all the characters are so over the top and cringy. And that's what I love about them. Right? You got the two cop characters, one of which, of course, is Samuel L. Jackson. And the other guy is like presented as like the hard ass. He's like a super serious guy, right? He's like the biggest, like he's gonna defend everybody. He can handle any problem. And then the snakes like kill him instantly, and it's really funny. This movie was hilarious. Now again, I don't know how to review this movie because I was really fucked up. I was debuting. I think I watched this movie like a week ago. I was debuting a new tincture, marijuana tincture, and you know, I overdosed. You know, I got a lot more fucked up than I anticipated, right? Which is a good thing. And then I watched this movie, so I don't know. Like, I was perplexed while watching this movie. Like, now, the snake effects, the snakes are, like, CG and then, like, practical, like, real, I don't know if they were real snakes or just, like, really good puppets or fakes, I'm not sure. But, like, I thought the blend was, like, you can tell when it's CG and it gets really cheesy, but it's the good kind of cheesy. Right? Like, this is just really fucking funny. This is a funny fucking movie. Right? And the ending, what the fuck was going on with the ending where they blow out, like, the window of the airplane? The fuck with that? What was that ending? Like, okay, so they shoot out the window, and then half the plane gets sucked into the atmosphere while they're all strapped into the seats. They didn't think of a better plan. I don't know, man. Anyway, I love the idea that the pilots are like what? There's two pilots, right? There's a pilot, co-pilot. One of them dies instantly, like pretty much near at the start of the movie. Then the other one gets bit, and then they got that timer, right? So who knows when the poison's going to take control of them? And then they die. And then the next best bet is someone that plays like a PSP game about airplanes, and then he flies the plane. I thought that was hilarious. That was great. I mean, this movie is just really funny. I don't know how to review it in a way, like, you just gotta watch it. I would recommend watching this movie. If you like to indulge in marijuana products, watch this movie. You will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed at all. At all. This is a fucking hilarious movie. Now again, I don't know if this is like an action movie or a horror movie. It kind of has elements of both. And the best way to blend it possibly, I don't know which word to use there, possibly, the best possible blend of both of those elements. It's just hilarious. Like, again, every piece of dialogue was so stupid and over the top, it was hilarious. And again, I want to talk about this. So I'm really high. The movie ends. The credits start rolling. Now, I think I watched this movie on like Hulu or something. I don't know. I watched it on some streaming service. And during the credits, there's like this music video. This like Snakes on a Plane music video. From like some like glam rock band or some shit. So keep on, I'm really high. And a side effect of being really high is you don't like to move. So a lot of people, like, when the credits start to play, they turn it off. Personally, I like to watch the credits, at least, like, you know, watch through the credits a little bit. I like credits, like, you know, it's whatever. So anyway, I'm laying in the bed, and then this music video starts playing on the side of the screen while the credits are going on. And it's like some weird, like, band singing about snakes on a plane, and I'm so high, and it's like, I want to turn it off, because it's like, kind of, it's a disaster to my eardrums, but then I'm also morbidly curious. Like, what the fuck was going on there? Jesus. Anyway, Snakes on a Plane. What a movie! Again, if you like to get high, which I do, and I don't recommend because that's illegal. I don't recommend anything. Be safe. But also, if you like to get high, this is a movie for you. Holy shit. Holy shit. What a film. It's a film. I mean, really, it's a film. Peter Houseman, you got no sense of humor? I found that the film was extraordinarily crap, and it was not funny at all. I am a very serious person, and I think all movies should be 100% serious at all times. Send. Like, what the fuck? Chill out, bro. Like, it's a goddamn movie. It's not that serious. There's a new Jordan Peele movie coming out? Holy shit. I'm in. I'm in. Nope. Oh. Alright, I guess I'm out. Y'all motherfuckers are trolling me. Yep, nope. Called nope. Oh. You motherfuckers. Fucking yep, nope. What the fuck? How do I translate that into English? I gotta watch the Jordan Peele Twilight Zone. I still haven't seen that. I don't know where to watch it. Alright, y'all. I got another movie film for you. Watching movies. Just checking them out. We got some movies going on. So, watched a movie. Yesterday, I watched a movie film. It's a filmographic movie called Castle Freak. Castle Freak. And needless to say, what a freaking movie. Huh? Castle Freak. So, this movie, as the name would imply, it takes place in a castle, and there's a freak. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple. So there's a family that, for whatever reason, that doesn't really make any sense, they inherit a castle. Alright, great. There's a castle now. So they go to the castle. The family has like a tragic backstory. Like, so there's three of them. There's the father, the mother, and then the blind kid. Whoa, why is the kid blind? Later, there's a fly. Get the fuck. Yeah, that's right. Later, we find out that the father, while being an alcoholic, got into a drunk driving accident and blinded the other child because they were in the front seat, and killed the younger child, who's dead now. And so, like, but for whatever reason, you know, they're still together, and the blind child, you know, forgives the dad. It's a really bizarre backstory. It's kind of tragic, but also very scary and sad. But anyway, so they go to this castle. Like, they have a castle. Like, what the fuck? Anyway. So they're in the castle. And so, like, the father just wants to sell the castle. You know, he doesn't want to deal with it. He doesn't want to live in a fucking castle. Like, who the fuck wants to live in a castle? I would live in a castle. They say that there's 150 rooms in this motherfucker. Damn, like, I want to live in a fucking castle. That sounds great. Anyway, so they're trying to gain inventory, figure out what to sell. And then, you know, apparently, like, the father is related to the person who owned the castle. It's like a loophole, legal loophole. Like, the only surviving relative is someone that didn't even know that they were part of this family. You know, and they find, like, a crypt with a kid that looks like their kid who died. Turns out, by the way, that the person who owned the castle kept, like, they faked the kid's death, and then kept that kid in a room and just tortured that kid for like 40 fucking years? Holy shit. So that's the freak. So there's a Castle Freak is the name of the movie. They're in a castle, and then the freak comes into play. So now we got the freak. And so the freak basically breaks out and like just like starts like stalking the blind kid. Now she's blind, so she can't see the freak, and so the freak is like playing like a stealth game, like Splinter Cell or some shit. And the freak is like a fucking serial rapist. They want to like rape everybody in sight. And then one of my favorite parts of this movie is where the freak has some full frontal nudity going on. Now, the makeup on the freak, really good. Like, that freak looked fucked up. That freak looked like a fucking freak. Let me tell you. Total fucking freak. A total freaking freak. I don't know. Anyway, but there's some full frontal nudity from the freak. Very bizarre stuff. See, I wasn't like, you know, normally when I watch movies, a lot of movies, especially like horror films, like especially B-movie horror films, they love showing titties all over the place. There's like 78, 79 titties all over the place. Right? Now, again, I think titties are okay. They're fine. But I'm just curious, how come men don't typically get naked? I want to see full frontal when I watch a horror film. I'm just saying, that's my preference. Well, this movie, it was like the monkey's paw kind of thing. Right? Like, you know, that my wish was granted in, like, the worst way possible, because this freak has, like, a weird-ass fucking dick just flopping around during, like, fight scenes. Goddamn. Right? Anyway, so the freaks a hooker at some point in this movie, And there's a scene where the freak is like sucking on her nipples and then bites the nipple off. I'm not gonna lie, I lost it. I couldn't look. So I don't know what else happened in that scene. There was some other shit that was going down in that scene. Holy fuck. I couldn't. I closed my eyes. I was like, nope. Nope. Not doing it. Not happening. No. I refused to watch this any further. But then I eventually continued to watch the film. And it was horrifying. It was scary. I mean, this movie is like, it's a very over-the-top kind of B-movie-ish, but it's good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. The cops, like, you know, they find out that the hooker went missing and blame the father. Right? And then they bring the cops in this movie, by the way. First of all, the freak kills 2 cops. I'm in. That's a cool freak. Now, again, the freak was also trying to kill, like, a blind girl. That's not cool. The freak also killed a hooker and a housekeeper. That's not cool. But, I mean, the freak killed 2 cops. Pretty cool, if you ask me. Anyway. And so, anyway, so the freak is, you know, on the loose. The cops basically think that the alcoholic father killed the hooker. So they bring him in and are like, why did you kill her? And then he's like, I didn't do it. I gotta say, the father's acting really good. Like, he was over the top, but, like, in a good way. I was so into it. And so, basically, the father is like, I gotta go back to this castle. My family's in there with a fucking freak. So, the father basically gets into a fight with the cops, takes the cop's baton, smacks the cop in the fucking face. I guess it was in the back of the head. So, the alcoholic father beats the shit out of the cops and goes back to the castle in the middle of a rainy night. Who knows how he got there? He just ran to the castle, I guess. And then gets into like a rooftop battle with the freak. Good movie. I gotta say, this movie was fun to watch. Cheesy, but good. Cheesy, but good. That's all I can say. It's cheesy. But on top of being cheesy, it's good. It's a good movie. I would, you know, it's that B movie, B horror. It's good. I enjoyed it. The freak kills some cops. The alcoholic father beats the shit out of a cop who wrongfully imprisoned him. I'm in. I'm in. Like, I'm just so into it. Apparently there's a remake. Maybe I'll watch the remake. I don't know. It's possible. All I know is Castle Freak. I mean, there's a castle. There's a freak. What more could you ask for? Goddamn. I don't know. Castle Freak. There it is. But anyway, that's the show for today. That's the program. Maybe I'll watch Castle Freak 2020. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to eat some food. And if anyone wants to join me for probably a long show, this will be like 3.5 hours, assuming I finish the run. But if I die in the middle of it, you know, at any point it could end. But I'm going to be doing a full game UV maximum run of this WAD. Estimated time, 3.5 hours. We'll see what happens. Can we get another keyboard bit before you go? I'm letterhead. I'm typing on a keyboard. How about that? What am I gonna eat? I don't know. I gotta walk in and figure it out. Yeah, I think straight people are pretty stupid. I mean, like, the idea of seeing dicks in a movie being offensive, but you're okay with seeing titties, that's just stupid. It's the human body. Like, what Like, you can not be sexually attracted to something. That's fine. But it's the human body, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sexually attracted to a lot of things. Like, I'm not sexually attracted to elbows. Do I get grossed out whenever someone shows their elbows in a movie? You know, it's just stupid. Like, it's a low IQ thing. Like, there's nothing about it that's like, oh, well, it's just not my sexuality. No, it's just a low IQ thing, you know? It's just that simple.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
It's that simple. The experiential, programmatic installation of Above It All. Tyler Hackner's like, show me as many dicks as you can. I will absorb those dicks into my sensory input organs, and I will, you know, I don't want to know what else this motherfucker's gonna do with that. Anyway, speaking of dick and or cock, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Thank you all for watching. I will see anyone that wants to watch me play a video game for 3.5 hours in an hour from now. That's it.
Get your words straight, Jack.
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree.
I am not up to the job. And I mean that sincerely. It's not like, whoa.
There was no response. They didn't have one for that. No, it's very sad. Very sad.
What rules, you sons of bitches? Why attack Sanders? Why? Oh, you're getting nervous, man. Calm down. It's okay.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick. It's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it, and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick, because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup from my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people.